Good morning. I am just leaving that brand new shelter. They haven't even gotten a sign yet. So you saw last night I got there pretty late, but there were a lot of people surprisingly there. The shelter basically looked finished. There was a privy that looked really nice, although I didn't go in there. Not that many tent sites. They haven't really, I guess, cleared any land, so I really just kind of propped my tent right along the path. Another hiker had done that too, so I just kind of followed her lead. And when I got up I probably got out of my tent at like 7. There were 3 ladies still in the shelter, so I chatted with them for a while. They were doing the long trail, and yeah, just sat there, ate my oatmeal, and now it's 8 o'clock and I'm hiking down the trail. For the past 2 days, I haven't really been hiking all day. So 2 days ago, I bailed off Mount Greylock at like 3 p.m. and then that was it for the day. And then yesterday, I spent the majority of the day with my husband, and I think I might have gotten like 15 miles in, which is more than I thought I'd be able to, so that's nice. But today, I just kind of want to hike from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., not really take many breaks and just see what I can do out here. Also last night the temps dropped to the low 40s, so I still stayed warm in my tent, in my sleeping bag, but you can still kind of feel the cold air around me. And I'm hiking in my puffy jacket, which I don't think I've done in a while. So this right here was the biggest wrong turn that I took of my through hike last time, because it kind of looks like the trail just keeps going that way. I'm really thankful people kept putting branches and logs across the trail to kind of make it obvious that you don't go that way. Instead, you kind of take this sharp turn right there, but it is super easy to miss. I stopped by this shelter 4.5 miles in to use the privy, and I just checked out the logbook to see if anyone I knew was around, and looks like someone I know named Spring Break stayed here last night, and then Bearded Frog stopped by this morning for second breakfast, which makes me think he was at the shelter that I was at last night. I just never crossed paths. I heard people walking around at like 4:50 in the morning, and I forget what time I said I got out of my tent, between 6 and 7. So a bunch of people probably left before I even woke up. So that's nice knowing a couple people down the trail. Maybe I'll have a little Cheez-It break right now. Just took another little break by this stream. There's a main road right on the other side of that bridge that goes into Bennington, Vermont. And that's what I did last time. I saw a couple hikers today that are going into Bennington, but I'm gonna hike on. I had a big town day a couple days ago, and I've only done 8.8 miles. So for the next 10 miles, I'm gonna be hiking mostly all uphill, thousands of feet of elevation gain, to Glastonbury Mountain. And I don't know if there's going to be a view. It looks kind of foggy. I heard maybe it could clear up a little bit this afternoon, so we'll see. There is a fire tower at the top, so if there is a good view, I can climb that and look around. And then I'll probably camp on the other side of it somewhere. Still hiking up this mountain. I still have about 2,000 feet of elevation gain to go, and 6.5 miles until I get to the top of Glastonbury where the fire tower is. I am just feeling exhausted today. Just feel tired. I was just thinking, there's been so much access to delis and restaurants and towns for the last like month on trail, and I was always going to restaurants and packing out real food. But I look in my food bag today and it's just snacks, and they're not really powering me up this mountain. I've been able to pack out wraps and pizza and I don't know, just real meals for so long. So I think these last 3 states are going to be tough. Maybe I'll go to a grocery store in the next day or two and look at some new options when it comes to trail food. But yeah, it's tough. Ooh, a little peek of what I'm climbing, but it's still 3 miles away. If it's cool, I could zoom in enough to see the tower up there. So it's in the 40s today, and it's a bit windy too. But the good thing about that is that I haven't seen a single bug all day. Last time I was in Vermont, the bugs were absolutely awful, so I'll take this weather any day in Vermont, and maybe the rest of the trail, as long as it doesn't get too windy, especially up on the mountains. But yeah, it kind of feels nice. Like, I haven't even felt like I was sweating today, even though I've been climbing the majority of the time. So I like it. I'm probably gonna have to put my rain jacket on when I get closer to the top, just to maybe keep me a little warmer when the wind does pick up, but it's perfect. I just passed a shelter back there, full of a bunch of people that I've met on trail before, so it was nice. Stopped and chatted for a bit. The summit of this mountain is finally right up here, so excited about that. And then the shelter I'm going to is 4 miles away. I asked all those people at that shelter if they knew of anyone that was going to be at the shelter I'm going to, and they said yes. They said it was a little bit of a party group of people, but I'm going to set up my tent and kind of do my own thing. I was just happy that I got word that there are going to be other people there, and I don't have to camp totally alone tonight, so that's good news. 6:10 p.m. right now, and yeah, probably once I get to the top of this mountain, the next 4 miles are going to be mostly downhill, so I think they will go by fast. There is the Glastonbury Fire Tower. Unfortunately, it is closed, and they took down the stairs, so you can't even get up there if you wanted to. I mean, you probably could find a way, but not worth it. That would have been sick to climb, but I do know that there's definitely more fire towers in Vermont. But that is a bummer, because like, as I've been climbing the last 10 miles, that's definitely something I've been looking forward to. But now I'm just gonna hike on, and maybe I'll get to camp a couple minutes earlier than I would have. Just trying to look at the bright side. So I'm just over half a mile away from the shelter, which makes today a 12-hour hiking day. 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. It's a long day. I took a few breaks like you saw, but honestly, just kind of boring, I guess. Just hiking through the woods of Vermont. Not much there except for Glastonbury Mountain, which I couldn't even climb up to the fire tower to see. But 22 miles, I do feel like I'm making good progress. I feel like I'm getting closer to the end goal. I know yesterday's video was me being pretty sad, but my mood today has been better, just using kind of the homesickness as motivation to work hard and get this done. I do wish it was over, but I don't want to quit, so I'm just working hard. I know this is temporary. I know I'm going to be really happy when it's over that I did it, and then I have the whole rest of my life to do whatever I want. So that's just what I'm thinking. I went to the shelter and there were a lot of people there, but no good spots to set up a tent. So they said that 200 feet down the trail there was a spot, so that's where I went. There's no one else here. I didn't want to camp by myself, but I'm at least close enough that I can hear them at the shelter. And there's a spring. So I'm going to eat my dinner. I'm having a Mountain House lasagna. I'm excited to have like an actual warm meal just because I think I'm starting to get a headache from just the crap I've eaten, or maybe I haven't eaten enough because I didn't eat dinner last night. So I really just feel low on fuel. So I'm gonna eat the lasagna. I'll walk back to the shelter when I'm done so I can use the bear boxes over there, and then I'm probably just gonna fall asleep. I have no energy.